This is a show about bringing you to places you may have never been before. This week, we're going to a place most of us live in to some extent every day. Our online world. We're exploring the real impact beyond the computer. What first-time internet access is meaning to communities now logging on, to the mental health concerns government leaders are raising about a popular social media platform. This is The Race. Like, I could find your home address with one search. Like,
they didn't even need
right here.
They didn't even need
You barely need anything to actually find all this contact information. It's wild. 2, 1. I remember growing up, it wasn't that uncommon that when we wanted to get in touch with somebody, we would look up their name, find their address, and their phone number. But today with the internet, we're a little bit more protective of that information. Yet, if you ever search someone online, it can be really easy to find their contact information. This story started when my coworker asked me how it was possible that websites he had never heard of knew so much about him. We found his home address, his cell phone number. This is all on the front page. Also, whether he's a member of a political party and where his parents live and their information. Here's how it works. Even if you're someone who thinks they're careful about what they post online, these people locating websites scan real-world data that is nearly impossible for you to keep private. Property records, voting registries, even divorce decrees are all examples of data available to everyone. When I do stories on data privacy, I go to Dr. Jennifer King. She is an expert on it at Stanford.
In the past, we were protected by the fact that if you wanted to have access to these public records, you would have to either have a copy of the White Pages directory yourself, go to the public library and look them up.
Some may see this as an invasion of privacy. But former Silicon Valley lawyer Bernard Chao says it's all legal. He told me a question raised in the classes he teaches at the University of Denver's law school is whether all public information should be accessible with just an online search.
You wouldn't go down to your courthouse to find out whether your neighbor's divorce was messy or not. It wasn't worth it. But you might Google that. Maybe that's still information we want private, even though previously you could have gotten the information with a lot of effort.
I reached out to 5 records websites that came up with questions about how they get their information. 3 didn't respond. Nuber.com did, but only thanked me for asking and said they were not interested in giving me answers. Clustermaps.com did answer my questions. They said they hope their site can be a way for old friends to reunite. They told me they get their information from hundreds of data sources like property records. They also said they pay for personal data from third parties who gather it from across the internet. To my question about privacy concerns, they said there is an opt-out option on their site. But to wipe your information from all sites, Bernard says that would be quite a chore.
I don't think normal people have the time to do that.
There are services like Delete Me, which for around $19 a month says it will wipe your name from Google searches.
Even if you engage with those tools, it may not plug all the holes. There might still be data available that with hunting somebody can find.
I think it is very hard to have any framework where it's upon the individual to contact multiple entities to assure their privacy. I think that's just practically not going to be something that's done by millions and millions of people. So what I think we need to have is laws that say you don't have to do that. We have to have it the other way. No, your information is private, and if you really, really, really want this, you're going to have to get it from the individual.
So many of our indigenous communities are isolated, and so people are living in their separate communities, many times in rural communities, and so they don't have the same resources that others do living in larger metropolitan areas.
Studies show that Native Americans living on reservations or other tribal lands do not have access to affordable high-speed internet service.
But the problem is the people in rural America, rural Oklahoma, rural Chickasaw Nation territory, They really don't understand it.
According to the American Indian Policy Institute, 18% of tribal reservation residents have no internet access, while 33% rely on smartphones for internet service. But even where broadband is available, the cost can be a barrier.
If they see that they have affordable broadband in these areas or have high speed, even broadband that's even above the 25 and 3 level, where they can set up a business and can promote their product online from setting at their home in a 2,000 population community. It's critical. It's a huge win-win for people in those areas.
Which is why Congress passed the Affordable Connectivity Program. It's part of the $1 trillion infrastructure package, and $14.2 billion will go toward providing broadband internet service to rural areas, including tribal lands. Right now, people in those areas could be paying $100 or more a month, and this will change that to $30 a month and also provide services in areas that didn't have it before.
Many people may think that a lot of these issues have been resolved and are really things of the past, but we really have a lot of things that are ongoing issues that if it weren't for the internet, that level of awareness could not have been raised.
And just connecting these areas with broadband services can help with multiple problems for rural America, like accessing telehealth and remote learning for students. As for Native American communities, internet access can help them with teaching their native language and resources when it comes to missing and murdered Indigenous people cases.
That has been a critical thing. You see a whole lot more of that. Social media networks, people are creating groups and things like that for awareness, but also just being a part of that larger community. Like I said, we're not just individuals out here, living our best lives. We're a part of a bigger community, and we stay connected that way.
Now, tribal nations across the country are applying for these grants and hope all of this will improve their essential operations. Near Oklahoma City, I'm Thomas Hoppo reporting.
The average American spends more than 2 hours on social media each day. We're breaking down what keeps us scrolling next on The Race.